guys, welcome to Late Night Live. Thanks for tuning in. I want to start off with something kind of crazy phenomenon. This is something that I was unaware of. Maybe you were too. Did you guys hear about this? Let me know in the comments. Scientists still baffled from giant human skeletons up to 10 feet tall decades after initial discovery. So they say that a series of mysterious giant skeletons up to 10 feet tall reportedly discovered in and around Nevada caves, dubbed the Giants of Lovelock. They're still baffling scientists. They claim that the claims about these supersized humans were that they roamed around the area of Lovelock, a remote town 90 miles northeast of Reno, and that it was also rooted in Native American lore. And they told stories of fierce, red-headed, pale-skinned giants who arrived from Central America by boat and attacked local tribes. After years of war, the foreign invaders were chased into the cave and slaughtered in mass, according to the stories passed down by the indigenous Paiute people. And so the first discovery of these bones was in 1911, when a pair of miners were searching for bat excrement to be used as fertilizer, and they unearthed 60 human skeletons ranging from 8 to 10 feet tall. During this time, they also found, like during some other excavations, they found some sandals measuring 15 inches in length, which was the equivalent of a modern day size of 29. And just for reference, Shaquille O'Neal, size 22. So very crazy. I'd never heard of it. So I wanted to share that. And some other weird phenomena. Let's talk about some other weird phenomena before I move on. This video surfaced yesterday, said that they spotted a UFO. Check it out. UFO over Arlington, Texas during the solar eclipse. And people are freaking out because it disappears into the cloud. Tell me what you think. Then I'm going to tell you what I think. What do you think? I'll play it again. Tell me in the comments. What do you think? All right. What I think is, to me, it looks like the shadow of a halo, because the clouds are low. The sun's projecting the shadow down. I feel like it's moving like a halo. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Yeah, possibly a drone too. Someone said drone. It could be. The way it's moving, it just looks that way, and it looks like, yeah, BSS twice in one day. That's right. That's right. So other news, Nelk. You guys know the Nelk boys. They're some of the most famous guys on the internet. Anyway, Steve Will Do It. You may have recognized this is Steve Will Do It with Trump here. Steve Will Do It had a huge channel along with the Nelk boys. I think he went to Rumble, had a contract with Rumble, had a falling out with Rumble. I think maybe they're cool again. I'm not sure, but I know that he did have a contract with Rumble. It's one of the first guys actually that when he got booted from YouTube went to Rumble and had a contract. And I did cover that he had a big falling out on my Rumble video because he said that they screwed him over on the contract. Anyway, I don't know if they resolved that or not. But Steve Will Do It. Whenever he started backing Donald Trump on YouTube, he got kicked off YouTube. Okay. I think they just did like vlog stuff, streaming stuff. But anyway, he's a close friend of Donald Trump. And apparently, you know, I was talking about the changing of the tides in America. He has gotten saved. He says, I became a man of God. Life is crazy. Timing is real. Manifestation is real. I'm going to rep Christianity hard. Love you guys. So he posted that day, man. A lot of people I saw that they had some of the largest number of baptisms on Easter weekend. So a lot of people are coming to the light, man. They're seeing how dark this is. Now, don't worry. We're going to get to the juicy stuff in a minute. You know, I got to say the juicy for last. I got to let the people get on too. I mean, people don't get notified. They'll come and check around this time to see, man. We need to talk about YouTube in a minute too. Anyway, check this out. Rogue sheriff, 45-year-old deputy sheriff from San Bernardino County, Christopher Bingham. 45 years old, man. This dude's only like a year older than me. This dude's looks like he's 60. This dude's lived a rough one. He's been apprehended and accused of multiple felonies, such as illegal possession of weapons and associated with a motorcycle gang, following an inquiry that tied him to an outlaw motorcycle group. During a quote-unquote routine traffic stop, authorities discovered. So if they were on to him, hold on, let me back up. An inquiry tied to him and then a routine traffic stop. Was it really routine? Nah, I'm not buying it. Authorities discovered an unregistered loaded firearm, they say, in his possession, leading to a subsequent search of his residence in 29 Palms, where they found 160 firearms, including a fully automatic rifle equipped with a grenade launcher, silencers, a stolen department shotgun, and paraphernalia associated with the gang. Does anybody smell something fishy here? Something smells fishy. First off, what is an unregistered firearm? What exactly is that? I thought we were in America. But something's fishy. The man had a 2 or 3 grenade launcher. Nice. He had a nice setup there. But 165. Well, they always, whenever they quote these numbers like you're doing something wrong, that's problematic. That's like, where are we really headed? Where are we really headed? Anyway, this morning I talked about the semiconductors. If you didn't watch that video, go watch that video. I did a live this morning too. That's what people were saying. 2 videos in one day. Yeah, I'm going to try to bust out a lot of videos lately. I've got just so much stuff I want to talk about that I want to knock it out. And some of you guys requested too that you wanted me to recover some of the security stuff, so we're probably going to do some of that as well. Sometimes it's just hard. I get it. You don't want to go watch old crusty videos. You want new fresh ones. Anyway, we talked about the semiconductors this morning, and apparently, man, I was talking about the past few days, because just how big of a deal this is and where this is leading it to us. Somebody said do a couple hours. Let me know in the comments. Would you like to see a couple hour live stream? Let me know. I might could pull that off. That may be something fun to do. Anyway, so government mandated DEI is now causing chip manufacturers to cancel projects and build overseas. Guys, look at this. Technology company no longer building $1.8 billion semiconductor facility in West Lafayette. We can go down, dude. The Applied Materials may postpone or cancel $4 billion California R&D facility. Constance. DEI killed the CHIPS Act. So the CHIPS Act was for us to try to be competitive, trying to get semiconductors here, because the pandemic showed how tough it was whenever we couldn't produce vehicles. But the thing is, these semiconductors are used in almost everything, especially weapons technology, which is obviously very important whenever your only gift to the world is that you're the biggest bully in the room. So the Biden administration promised that it would loosen the purse strings on the $39 billion CHIPS Act grants to encourage semiconductor fabrication in the U.S. Obviously, we probably need it, especially with China hovering literally all over Taiwan. But less than a week later, Intel announced that it's putting the brakes on the Columbus factory, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC. That's the one that Nancy Pelosi was involved in. I think even Elon Musk went and talked to these people as well. Has pushed back production in a second Arizona foundry. The remaining major chip maker, Samsung, just delayed its first Texas fabrication. Now, chip makers apparently have to make sure they hire plenty of female construction workers, even though less than 10% of U.S. construction workers are women. So they've not even been able to build the plants because DEI. They also have to ensure childcare for the female construction workers and engineers who don't exist yet. Now, that is what upsets me, because that's actually what I talked about the police force the other day. Whenever they were talking about they're going to offer childcare to the female police officers, what about the men? Why didn't the men get the childcare as well, right? So going on, They're removing degree requirements. Don't you want your engineers to be have a degree to be qualified to do the job? And they also set diverse hiring policies, which is like quotas essentially. Now, this is all going on with investors' money, as well as the government money, taxpayer money. So TSMC got upset because of the delays. They flew in 500 employees from Taiwan. Now, that's what I talked about the other day. That Nancy Pelosi brought a bunch of people from Taiwan, so engineer-wise, but they just flew in employees because they were struggling. The local workers got upset by this, implying that they weren't skilled enough. TSMC, because the CHIPS grant was at risk, TSMC caved in December, agreeing to rely on the local workers, the DEI hires, and invest more in training them. That costs more money. So you show up to a job that requires a skill set, and now they're going to train you to do said job. That would like be, showing up at the hospital. Hey, I want to be a doctor. Can you guys train me? This doesn't make any sense. This is the current state of events right now. So the CHIPS Act current identity is favoring minorities and recruiting heavily from the populace, but with the exception of white and Asian men already trained in the field. So it's like complete idiocracy. We keep going back to that movie. I mean, it really is. And don't be fooled, man. The CHIPS Act is dead. And we no longer have a stronghold on the semiconductors, as well as everything else, right? Someone said they can train you on a YouTube video. Man, there's just some things that you don't need to learn on a YouTube video. But it's true. It's true. People do it. Look, I've learned a lot off YouTube. I think YouTube's a great asset for that, man. But anyway, let's talk about the big news of the night. CIA, FBI. CIA officer, former FBI, boasted they could put anyone in jail. We knew that. It's nothing new. But we got somebody from the inside saying it. That's what's new. And he says we call him a nudge. We call it giving him a nudge. He goes on to say that we wanted Alex Jones. We took all his money, chopped his legs off. He also said that he estimated 20 undercover FBI agents at J6. I think that's way less than what really was there. And he said he works with some of them. That's at the CIA now. I'm going to play the video for you real quick.
Does Bureau practice entrapment a lot?
Yeah, we get really close. We call it a nudge.
A nudge.
A nudge. Sometimes you just gotta give them a quick little, just to see what happens. Sometimes you like to fuse and just wait for it to follow. Nothing like putting out a fake social media thing to like really get people mad.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, so we were after him.
You are?
We did what we wanted.
Which was what?
Took his money away, chopped his legs off.
Did you hear this? And then it said we post something on social media to basically stir things up. So not only that should tell you what's infiltrated our government agencies. I mean, it's probably been like that for 30 years. But these same FBI agents that were at J6 are now at the CIA. So this is the guy here.
O'Blennis is a contracting officer at the CIA. O'Blennis worked for the FBI in 2021 and 2022 in the San.
Guys, if this is not terrifying, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say. This is the craziest thing. The craziest thing that we knew it. We knew. But now it's verified. It's confirmed. And Alex Jones actually came out tonight on video, and he said he's going to sue the FBI and CIA after this was admitted. and that they targeted to destroy his career, remove him from all platforms. And you know, obviously a lot of J6 guys probably need to follow suit, right? Huge setup. He said he's planning on launching a lawsuit against the CIA, FBI, of retained firms to sue for civil rights violations and government racketeering operation. I mean, that's what it is, plain and simple. Plain and simple. It's sad that that's the case. But the thing is that we know that they're all wrapped in social media. Completely wrapped, right? So I was talking about how I've been getting hit hard. Well, the reason why is because we're coming into election time, and I'm not part of a group. That's the problem. I'm actually a lone wolf. I'm not in a group. Like, I'm not part of one of the YouTube like Leviathan or Daily Wire. I'm not part of any of these people. These people have a certain amount of protection because they're you know, they're paid and bought for by they have roots in the Google community. That's why they can get away with a lot of things that normal creators, just people that film themselves, can't get away with. And you know, it's problematic, obviously, when you're doing things as an individual versus being part of a group, because with a group they have a lot of power behind money that they can add protection. They have freaking, you know, people involved, embedded, and so they can get away with these things. But what I was told, like for the last video that just got hit, that just got reviewed, they contacted me this evening and said that because I spoke about war. What? But this is where I talk about the two-tier justice system, where if it was a leftist talking about war, it wouldn't be a problem. But if you speak against the left, especially coming in election season, obviously they're going to nitpick your videos. You say anything that's in the realm that they can pretend. The video before that, they said that we got the overall feeling and our interpretation of the video meant this. Dude, you can't be interpreting something. You can't be saying the feeling. I mean, what are you talking about? These aren't facts. Anytime you use the word feeling, it's an issue. That's a Marxist strategy. It's just like the squatting thing. Why is that thing ramping up? Because private property doesn't exist to Marxists. It's all part of the plan. But anyway, guys, I wanted to share this information. Obviously, pretty groundbreaking. This stuff came out, man, and kudos to the people for you know, doing this investigative journalism. It's great what these people are doing, especially these cameras now. You can get away with about anything, you know. But guys, I do appreciate you hanging out with me. And please make sure you go comment. If you didn't see the video earlier, go watch it. Please give me some support right now while I'm going through this with YouTube. I do appreciate it, man. Mike, you always appreciate you, buddy. Good to see you. And guys, remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, and always stay dangerous.